Welcome back. I'm Ray Gibson from Art27. We're a platform for artists, arts educators, and arts organisations working in Europe and beyond, sharing stories, cultural programmes, raising awareness of critical issues such as social inclusion. And we're joined in a moment by the Human Hive, which is very much aligned with our philosophy as well. It's October 5th, 2020, World Teachers' Day. And we do have some great speakers and projects to share with you. We're streaming live on Facebook, so if there are questions, you can write them there in the chat. We'll pick them up and do our best to answer them. And it's time to welcome Kate McAllister. Welcome, Kate. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. Thanks for having me on. It's nice to meet you.
Good. And where are you today, Kate?
I am in Dominican Republic today.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yes.
So is it wet and rainy like the Netherlands or not at all?
Not at all. No, it's warm and sunny here today.
Well,
hot and sunny, actually.
Okay. So please, can you tell us all about the Human Hive? How did this start? What are you working on? Where is it heading?
Sure. So the Human Hive started back in 2015. We responded to the refugee, it was called the refugee crisis in 2015, but a large number of people seeking refuge in Europe had made it to the north of France, which is just obviously neighbours with the UK. And I wanted to do something with my skills and my network of people to be supportive to those who were arriving kind of in my neighbourhood, if you like.
Yeah.
And as a teacher, I came up with this idea of providing a mobile education project. And the idea was to buy a double-decker bus and to turn it into a solar-powered school and to take it to the camp in Calais. And so that's where it all kind of started. We got a group together, we crowdfunded for a bus, we bought one on eBay, and kind of gathered together all the people that had the right skills and knowledge that we would need, and we turned it into a solar power school, and it went to Calais, and it was fantastic. And while we were there, we developed a way of teaching. I'd been working on this previously in the UK, but a way of teaching inclusively, a way of asking everybody who's there to share their skills and experience and knowledge with one another, like a learning exchange. And that kind of grew, and it turned into a training program for volunteers who could also share their skills in this way. And then it grew again to work with corporates and university students and all kinds of different people who wanted to share their skills and knowledge. And that's how it kind of grew into the Human Hive, really. We are now a global network of individuals and organizations who want to make the world a more welcoming place. And we do that by sharing what we know and what we have with one another.
Fantastic. So it's grown from a double-decker bus to this global organization. I think we have a video that will also help this hit home. Can we show that video now? Ask my colleagues at Art27 if they can stream this. I think we have a video ready to roll from the Human Hive.
One of the reasons
Let's
people
see
keep
this
coming
now.
back to the Human Hive is because you come thinking you're going to give something, and what you don't realise is you get 100 times more than you give.
Human Hive has been co-created by myself and Kate over the last 4 years, and we've created it because we want to create a movement where people work with each other rather than for each other.
I was watching, again, stories about the refugee crisis and said, why isn't anyone doing anything about that? And I came up with this silly idea to buy a bus on eBay and turn it into a school, and I thought it was a crazy idea and no one would want to join in.
It was an idea to take a double-decker bus to the refugee camp in Calais and support the people there with an education project.
And now, 4 years later, we trained 600 volunteers in the same methodology that I developed with my team on the bus.
I met Darren 3 years ago, and I decided to ask him if it was possible for me after my degree to be part of it as an intern during my Erasmus traineeship. So he said, yes, of course, come join.
Last year, me and Melissa took the crisis classroom van and we drove through France, Italy and Greece, and we ran workshops and we met people and we talked to people.
We heard about each other because I'm an artist and I've participated in a few of their programs. I couldn't wait to get here.
It's growing and growing and growing. I'm really proud of what we've done, but it's really to do with all the people who work with us.
Each person that joined in brought their skills, their talents, their enthusiasm, and we grew bigger. And so now we're the Human Hive.
When you see that something can be done better or is not working, or you prefer to help someone instead of just sitting on your chair, you want to join the Human Hive.
It's given me a framework for entering new spaces and feeling comfortable and being able to offer myself in the best way.
You are enough, exactly the way that you are. The skills that you have that you may not think are valuable will be valuable for someone else.
And there's a moment when they realise that actually all they have to do is be there. There's like a magic that happens.
Bringing people together, anything can happen. Anything positive can happen.
I would say the common thread between the different kinds of organisations and people who have come to us in the Human Hive is that they all want to do something to support other people. We're very lucky tonight to have the Smiley movement with us, and they have a very similar ethos to us.
Just my life is now brimming over with amazing people who want to do good in the world. And that's not the message we always get every day when we turn on the television.
In a world that is falling apart and in all sorts of different ways, I feel that we're all looking to reconnect.
We're often told that we can't, that we're not special enough, or we don't have exactly the right thing. And so the Human Hive is getting the message out there that it's not about that. It's about showing up, doing the best that you can with what you have today, and learning from one another.
We don't have to solve everything ourselves. I think we all have our small piece of the patchwork, and if we join together, then each of those small pieces makes a bigger piece.
That's the way to do something more.
Oh, that was great. Thanks for sharing that video. And it reminds me that we're also streaming on YouTube, not just Facebook. My colleagues have pointed out. So there you go. So after 5 years, Kate, this started with the double-decker bus in 2015. We're in 2020 now, coming to the end of this year. What kind of impact have you seen from the Human Hive?
Gosh, all kinds of impact. So we had the direct impact of all of the refugees and migrants that we helped in Calais, and then in Italy, and then across the Balkans. We trained 600 volunteers in person in the first couple of years, and they've traveled all over the world to support people with whatever it is that they want to learn, language learning, skills learning, all kinds of different things. And we also made an online course with Cambridge English, which reached 8,000 educators worldwide. So our model of education is about inclusion, it's about safety. All human beings need safety, a sense of belonging and purpose in order to thrive, in order to be fully human. And so that's what our training does, is it teaches people how to kind of radiate safety around them. So that when they're with somebody, even if that person is going through something really challenging, it feels safe to be together. What you do in that space isn't as important as how it feels to be together in that space.
Right.
And so what we're doing is kind of trying to spread that message to people. You don't need to be something special. You just need to be you and willing to open up a space to be with somebody else.
Lovely. And have you seen some of the students come back as volunteers and roll back into the program maybe?
Yes, we have.
Yeah.
So I met a few actually, which is lovely, but some of the original students, I'll tell you one story. I've got hundreds, but I'll pick one. We had one student that we met. He was a young man in Calais and he wanted to be a software engineer. And at that point he had absolutely nothing and was living in a tent. And I thought, oh, good heavens, good luck. I really hope this happens for you. I'm not sure that it will, but good luck. And he worked really hard on his English and he worked really hard on his French. And then I got a telephone call about a year later to say he'd made it to London. And we helped to get him into a program called Code Your Future. There's an amazing organization that helps young people learn coding skills so they can get jobs in all kinds of industries, software design industries. And he graduated And one of the first things that he did as part of his graduation program was he worked with us on developing an app that supports our teacher volunteers. He came to Paris with us to visit we did an exhibition with the tech refugees in Paris, and he came with us and was part of the team. So we've got some original refugees who work with us as translators when we need to go and do something. They're kind of part of the gang. Like, everybody who joins the Human Hive becomes part of it. It's not a kind of unidirectional, it's not one group helping another. It's everybody working together for a common purpose, which is to make the world feel more welcoming. And we all need that. I mean, everybody needs that.
The Hive is a good name for that philosophy. I like it. Yeah. Okay.
Thanks.
For the common good. Very nice. And it says on your website you're going through a bit of a transformation at the moment. What's happening there?
Yeah, we are. So we've spent the last 5 years kind of starting, iterating, trialing, making things work, making things better, checking the impact. And now we have a kind of a whole ecosystem. We work with universities, we work with schools, we work with businesses. So our old website just kind of reflected the beginning of what we were doing, working with refugees and migrants. But now it's grown much bigger than that. So we need to redo our website. But if people want to find out more about who we are, they can join the Human Hive. There's a virtual network of people. There's about 400 or 500 people in there now, and it's on Mighty Networks. And it's free. You could just join, say who you are, see who we are, join in the chats and the opportunities to do interesting things in the world.
All right. So how do people find this? Can you tell us the website address?
So if you Google Mighty Networks, it's got a black M. Lots of people are already in Mighty Networks. There's tens of thousands of Mighty Networks of different things that you're interested in. And then you just type the Human Hive into the search engine and you'll see us. Right.
Okay. So that's a macro site you're a part of as well.
Yeah.
Very good. Very good. And what's coming up in the new year? So if we look forward, as this year's been tricky for a lot of things.
It has been tricky for a lot of things. So we've gone in a great big circle, looking at how we can support people to meet one another, to kind of reach across the barriers that separate people and connect. And now the reason I'm in the Dominican Republic is because I've just opened a school.
Right.
If we want this to really take hold and spread, we need to catch people when they're young. We need to bring people together while they're still young, so that those connections form in a natural way. And I happened to be in Dominican Republic. I was researching different types of I've always been a teacher, so teaching is my thing. And I train teachers. And so what we're doing is opening our first Hive school here in Dominican Republic, where you can come. Children can come and learn.
Any specific age?
So our youngest student is 3, and our eldest is 12 currently, but we're going to go all the way up to secondary.
And how many students?
Currently we have 13, because it's COVID and we have to stay. And we're about to open up in January. That's part of the reason why the website is changing, is we're opening up to students who want to join from other parts of the world at distance.
Right. Got it. Okay. Lovely. And how many teachers are part of that? Is it mainly you driving this at the moment, or you have people helping you?
It's mainly me. We've got a handful of volunteers. So one of our volunteers has just returned to the UK. He did our training inside the Human Hive, and then he came over and spent a month here. So if you are interested in doing something pretty cool, actually, I have to say, we're going to be looking for more teachers in January. So there's a team of about 5 of us at the moment. We've got parent volunteers, we've got teacher volunteers, local people, it's a community, it's the Hive, right? Everybody gives just as much as they can, and that's how it gets put together.
That's great. And we've got the website address here, the-human-hive.mn, like Mighty Networks.co. So the-human-hive.mn.co. That's how people can find you.
Yeah, and if you're on Instagram, you can find us on Instagram, and then all the links are in the bio. That's probably
okay. What's your Instagram handle?
And you can look at the pictures. At the.human.hive.
At the.human.hive. Okay, great stuff. Well, yeah, I'm drawn in. I'm definitely going to dive into that a lot deeper today. Thank you for sharing, and success with the school as it grows. And I hope you get more local and international students. And as you grow your new webpage and community, and yeah, a fantastic project. Thanks so much for sharing. And
Pleasure.
I hope people will follow you and track your progress.
Yes.
Thanks for
Yes,
joining us on World Teachers Day.
Some more teachers join. Absolutely. You don't have to be a qualified teacher, coach, mentor. Everybody has something they can offer.
Great. That's very inclusive. Like it. Good stuff. Well, thanks again, Kate. Have a great rest of the day and evening, and talk soon.
And thank you for everything that you do as well. And thank you for having me on today.
Brilliant. All right. Take care. Bye-bye.
Take care. Thank you. Bye-bye.